Hey guys, it's Alex. Today I'm going to be analyzing chapter 23, It's Never Just Heart Disease and Rarely Just an Illness, in How to Read Literature Like a Professor. I'm going to first start off by reading a quote from Thomas Foster. In literature, there's no better, no more lyrical, no more perfectly metaphorical illness than heart disease. In real life, heart disease is none of the above. It's frightening, sudden, shattering, exhausting, but not lyrical or metaphorical. When the novelist or playwright employs it, however, we don't complain that he's being unrealistic or insensitive. I personally believe that this quote by Thomas Foster does a great job in summarizing the main points in this chapter. The idea is not necessarily true in real life, but it certainly is true in works of literature. Heart disease is considered lyrical and symbolically powerful. Originating from ancient Greeks, the heart is considered the emotional center of the body. Writers consistently invoke the heart in this context, associated with romantic love everywhere from poetry to pop culture today. As a result, heart disease symbolizes all kinds of suffering, loneliness, cruelty, and cowardice.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Science has already confirmed that the heart has nothing to do with human emotion, but that power instead lies in the brain. This has done little to decrease the association between the heart and romantic love. The concept of being heartbroken and countless other cultural references have shown that the heart is still the first thing we associate with love. According to the text, heart trouble does not always have to be in a form of disease. In Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Man of Adamant in 1837, an antisocial man moves into a cave to escape society, and his heart eventually turns to stone. Meanwhile, the emotional and romantic character of Joseph Conrad's Lord Jim in 1900 is killed by being shot in the heart. These examples show characters in literature that are punished both for being too loving and not being loving enough. This paradox suggests that part of the role in literature is to teach us to achieve moral and emotional balance in our lives. Of course, heart disease isn't the only illness featured in literature. Different illnesses tend to have their own particular group of associations. Some writers return to the same illnesses throughout different works of literature, such as James Joyce, who has a particular obsession with paralysis. This just in. The Browns are up 29-20 up on the Colts. Cheers to that. Disease was very mysterious. As a result, writers and artists have developed myths and symbolic explanations to account for the complex, mysterious, and ruthless workings of the human body. Scientists did not have a clear understanding of what caused illness, how it would progress, or how it could be cured. Historical context is quite relevant to which diseases are more commonly represented in literature. Tuberculosis or consumption seems to be everywhere in literature. This is most definitely true in the case of tuberculosis, which causes individuals who contract the illness to literally waste away. Illnesses play different roles in different eras. Tuberculosis cast a large shadow in the Victorian era, whereas AIDS dominated the 1980s to early 2000s. According to Foster, AIDS is the motherlode of symbol and metaphor, and many literary works have been produced about the disease. The AIDS crisis is considered to be highly political due to the fact that minority groups like African Americans, members of the LGBTQ community, and people living in poverty were disproportionately affected by this disease. Writers simply invented illnesses without clearly defining them. Authors used this method as a way to kill off characters with little explanation. This obviously has been more difficult for writers of this era because research and development and modern medicine. Chapter 23 of How to Read Literature Like a Professor demonstrates that the boundaries of realism change as our understanding of the world changes. In a 19th century realist novel, it would be completely normal for a character to suddenly die of a mysterious illness without any explanation. However, this would be less realistic in today's world. And that just about does it. I hope this short video gives you a better understanding of some of the key points in chapter 23. It's never just heart disease, and it's rarely just an illness. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. That's what we like to see.